Shut this window because the light. Let's get some light on the subject. And if by magic there was light. Well, let's have a look now. Good morning. It's Saturday Morning Live with Johnny Boy. We're going to be talking about a few things this morning. I think we may even have a caller this morning. Just push that over to one side. May have a couple of callers. I'm not quite sure whether they will or not. Let's have a little look on here now. Get the channel up. We've got no one joining at the moment, which is we got one. That'll do. Let's just go. I don't know who's watching this morning. There is a delay on things. Let me have a look now. So my apologies. 9 likes. 3 people, 9 likes. Good morning, Saturday Morning Live with Johnny Boy. Just got to say, this morning, this live podcast. Good morning, Paul. How's it going, mate? Where you calling from? I want to know where you're calling from. As you call, if you comment, just let me know where you're from. I want be interested to know where you are. Look at this. What a colour. I stand out like a sore thumb. Hey, it's cheap. It's cheap because it was from Primark, okay? And it's not bad quality. It's all right in the house. I'm not going to go out in it. Yeah. Birmingham. Good morning, Paul. Welcome to Saturday Morning Live from Nicholas McCartney's on here as well. I'm a bit sort of tongue-tied this morning. Not because I'm tired. I had a good sleep last night. A lot of things on my mind. A lot of things going on. And lots of things to do. We seem to be overwhelmed with everything at the moment. All of us, what we're doing from day to day in our business and our private life, we are just running around ragged, aren't we, when we actually think about it? And that's not what the live stream was about this morning. The live stream this morning is basically the economy, where we are, what we're doing, what's happening with the economy at the moment, isn't it? And where it's going. Because it seems to be, if you listen to mainstream media, okay, we need to listen to it sometime because we need to know the things that are going on. Or do we need to know about the things going on? But I think we do. We need to sort of catch up on the latest. Do I watch the news? Not really. Probably maybe once or twice a week, possibly. Once or twice a week, possibly. But it's always a negative story. Richard Dow's joined us, Nicholas McCartney, one of all good people of the landscaping world. Yeah, it's all negative, isn't it? It's everything that we see on a daily basis is negative on there. I don't think there is an ever positive story. I haven't seen any positive story. Maybe a little bit about Serena Williams, and it's good news for other people because she won't keep winning now. And that's all I've seen, really. That's the thing that sticks in my mind. I haven't seen any good news. It's just doom and gloom. Everywhere you go, it's doom and gloom. But, for example, when we talk to suppliers and manufacturers, the show goes on. Excuse me. Itchy nose again, as if by magic. The show goes on. You know, I'm thinking about changing my vehicle, all right? And the things I have to consideration is, do I need to change the vehicle? Well, probably I do, because you get to a point. Mario, good morning, mate. Good to see you, Mario. You get to a point with your vehicles where it's sort of like, you know, things start to go wrong. It looks good, you know, it's nice and clean. Do I need to change it? Got a bit of a problem with the central locking this morning. The yellow suits you, Johnny Boy. The yellow suits me. Joe from Devon. Good morning, Joe. Joe Kent there. Richard never even really told me where you were from. Yeah, so I got the central locking playing up a little bit now, and I had the power steering the other week, and I saved myself because this live stream this morning is about us going into debt, you know. And, you know, we've had them introducing this paper money, the governments all around the world for a long time. And they've still been doing it since the recession in 2008. And my question is, do we need to be in this sort of amount of debt? Good morning, Justin. In the same boat, changing the van, do I or don't I? Well, this is the thing about debt, isn't it? Do you buy a van where you pay for it outright? Do you have a van on lease? Do you have it on PCP? You know, the choices are endless out there. And if you speak to the people that potentially you're going to buy a van off, They will tell you, they're at Stoke-on-Trent, I remember now, they will tell you that they could have sold another 100 vehicles. They could have sold another 100 vehicles. And I believe that. I spoke to Isuzu this week, and they told me, the guy down there, Mr. Tanner, said that they could have sold a lot more vehicles than what they've done. They just can't get hold of them because of what's going on around the world, the shipping containers, the COVID thing, and you just bear in mind, I know it was 2008. All right, Rob Fry, good morning, Rob, how's it going? 2008, we had a recession. Since 2008, we moved on. Things started to get better. The economy is going. But when we look about the economy is going, I know it's going, but it's going on debt. It's going on the wheels. It's being fed by this paper money, the quantitative easing, as they've called it. But it's just debt on debt on debt. When you start looking at the stats, I'm not an economist, all right? I watch a guy called The Uneducated Economist, and he's very good at what he does. He explains it in detail. I'm not going to do that this morning, but what I'm going to say is, as a business, as individuals, even if you're not in business, do we need to spend the way we are? Do we need to keep going on debt? There was a generation a while ago that wouldn't have anything unless they could afford it. That was the story that we was always told by our parents. They would say, if I couldn't afford it, I wouldn't have it, and we would just plow on. But as a business, and what Justin was saying then, does he or does he not? Same as for me at the moment. I'll be honest. I've had my van on a hire purchase thing. Could I afford to spend 28,000, 20,000, 15,000 on a van? No, I couldn't. I couldn't do it because my money goes into other things like paying mortgages, etc. But we're running a business. As long as the business can service when we buy vehicles, etc. And that's what we have to account when we're in business. We have to allow for those types of things. We don't want to be breaking down. And now I've got a vehicle out there that has got a central locking problem. And the thing is about these new vehicles, the electronics, the computer systems is just confusing. And when one thing's go, it all goes. Mario says, done a quote this week. First time I have had followed, totally allowed for fuel. Good. You need to allow for fuel. This is what I'm trying to say. You need to allow for everything. So I want to keep with this theme at the moment about the debt theme. Just going to read what Justin says there. Over 30,000 for a new van, or buy a second hand. That's being driven hard. Leases in the way at the moment for me. Or is it scary, John? Yeah, it is. It is just Top Notch is joining us. Giono Mario Ritz. Yeah, Buono Giorno. I love Steve. Good to see him on here. Yeah, this is the thing that we do, and we got to pass this on to our customer, etc. Do we go into debt? But we're running a business. If long as it's being serviced, it's absolutely fine. Do we buy a new vehicle? When I think about the things that potentially could go wrong with that van at the moment, the power steering go wrong a few months ago. Then we've had the central lock-in. There was a couple of other things. You're always going to have maintenance, which you have to do, which isn't part of it. But you've got to allow for this in your business. And I think it's just... I think at the moment, Justin, if I'm totally honest with you, when I look at that van, it's clean, it's tidy, and I think if I get the computer on it, get somebody to go check it out, go through all those checks that you do and reset the computer, I think the central lock-in is going to be fine. With this one, you can't change the battery on there. Alan, who I'm working for at the moment, I had a look this week, I had a look on YouTube, and he said you can't change the battery in it. So I'm going on about that a little bit now, but it's just I want to tell you what's been going on with me, and I know that it's the same sort of things that go on with you if you're a landscaper, even if you're a consumer. Do you have that new patio? When we look at some of these people over the years, they'll wait to get things done and to spend. They've been sort of working all their lives, their pension comes in, etc., and then they spend money in the garden or on extension or some home improvements or buy a new car, etc., etc., and then it all goes drastically wrong. It's an absolute disaster. I'm really disappointed that people in this industry are producing products that isn't good, is substandard, and they're taking money off people that it's paid out a huge amount of money for something. When we look, I was speaking to the lady this week in B&Q in Cardiff, and she was telling me during COVID, a COVID landscaper as they call them. I don't know. I'm not here to judge anyone in particular, but she said they'd done a really bad job and all the paving came loose. You see paving coming loose on a regular basis, whether it's sandstone, whether it's porcelain, whatever the reasons, you see all that porcelain haze and everything on top of the paving, and people aren't just cleaning. But the point that I'm making is that we have had a generation of people that have worked really hard to accumulate their funds, and they've got an endowment that's come in. They've been left some money, whatever, right? But they've got this chunk of money, then they spend it on something, and it just goes wrong. And it's just absolutely, I think it's terrible. I really do, and I see it all the time. I have copious amounts of messages on YouTube, on Instagram, on social network, across the board, people telling me about things that have gone actually wrong, and it's dreadful. It really is. And it's such a shame. And I'm just trying to make this connection about people that have been saving for such a long time for something. And money is not easy to come by. When it comes and we spend it, it's gone, and it takes a long time to build up. And it's such a shame. Look, this is Saturday Morning Live with Johnny Boy. I'm not seem to be appearing as all down and miserable this morning. I'm just talking about the facts and what I come across this week, and I want to share them with you. Nicholas McCartney said, had the MOT done on the van a while ago, and it's so low mileage, and garage owner said, if you sell it, don't let it go for a giveaway price. Yeah, absolutely. If you've been looking at things there, I tell you what, Nick, my mum had a car for I think 20 years, and I think it only done about 6,000 miles. The only thing she used to do was to go down to the local shop and buy a newspaper, and I'm not quite sure the money she got back for it. Mario Richard says a sign written van is your best and cheapest way of advertising. Absolutely. I love this. I love you guys come together on a Saturday morning to have a quick chat. It's Saturday morning. I'm going to definitely have a bacon sandwich after. Okay, I don't care who's here and who's not here. I'm having a bacon sandwich after. Paul, no one will have any savings the way things are going. I agree, Paul. 100%. Nobody will have any savings the way things are going. Andy Jackson says, morning, Johnny Boy. Hope you're all well. Andy, we're talking about the economy. We're talking about, people saving their money and then spending it and things going wrong. And then we look at this pending, I gotta say it, this looming disaster in one way. And I'm not laughing, this disaster of the prices with the energy bills. You've seen that this week, I've posted this week, I've been putting logs into the log store and trying to build that up because we want to try and reduce our energy costs. And I think to be fair, regardless of what's ever going, we all could make savings, couldn't we? We all can make savings in some ways. We overconsume, don't we? We overconsume, whether it's the lighting, whether it's the gas, whether it's the television, we leave the plugs on and we look at all the energy. I am not Martin Lewis. I'm not here to sort of help you with that, but we do overconsume. There's no doubts about it, and there's ways that we can actually hit back. But it's such a shame that there are people that are going to struggle out there. But I'm here to help. If there's anybody local to me, if there's anything I can do for you local, whether it's anything, I'm prepared to help you, and I'm prepared to help you for free in some cases, okay? As long as it's not ridiculous, but I am prepared to help. If you need something done in your garden at reasonable, I can spare a few hours a week to try and get you on the right road, and that's what I'm prepared to do. And I'm prepared to even go round and actually see maybe an old person or somebody that's struggling and take them a meal. And I'm prepared to take them a meal on a regular basis. And the reason I can do that is because I've worked hard and I've profited from what I do in some way, whether it's financial or whether it's the profile I get. But I'm prepared to help people because people have supported me. Mario Richie said, I've invested the kids and the inheritance on new equipment. It's almost like Dragon Den there, Mario. I've invested the kids' inheritance on new equipment. Yeah, and that's a good way. When we think about, I've got a JCB digger out there, right? That's my investment. There's nothing wrong with investing in investments. When we spend ridiculous amounts on a regular basis, and that's what I'm trying to capture. Do we need to spend the way we're spending? Hi JB and all, sick of lies. How's it going, bud? Lee's on there. I'm late, but I made it. I'm glad you're here, Lee. Good to see you. Paul says, tax rich more so smaller business can survive. Otherwise, there will be no decent trades left. I agree with that. Do you know, it's funny, Justin, let me read what Justin says now. Justin says, I've been it right, difficult to budget for your business with the cost of living increasing so stupidly. The media don't help, neither the government. A new van is a scary, or is it? No, I don't think it is scary. And I don't think it is, Justin. The reason it's not scary is because we shouldn't, it's not about how we do things, right, and how we go about things. Well, it is. When we actually look, what I'm trying to say now is that it's not for us when we're in business. For me, as what I do, it's not about the money. It's about that attention to detail. Do I make mistakes? Of course I do. Do I put things wrong? Do I put things right? Yeah, of course I do. Do I deal with my customers in the best way? On my current job, I've taken my time with it. I really have. And I've probably gone on a little bit longer, but I'd like to think there's a couple of little chips on some porcelain pavement I am going to change. And I just couldn't live with it. I got great customers at the moment. So I'm going to be changing a couple of pieces. I want it to look right. I want it to be right. I want there to be a good finish with the job. And as a result of that and the service that I give to my customers, what we're going to have is we're going to have a happy clients. And there are going to be people, the words that I used this morning, disposable income. Disposable income, Justin. There are people out there with disposable income. However they've got that money, whether it's an inheritance, whether it's their savings, and I'm going to make sure that when they spend their money, they're going to spend it wisely. Even if I go along and give them a price, and when I give them a price, I can tell them all the things that they should be looking out for if you were a consumer. So if you are a consumer this morning, if you need any advice on what you should look for, the pros and cons of choosing a contractor, certainly in this area or anywhere across the country, I can help you with that. I can actually send you maybe a quote out if you want some advice, maybe in a quote format. I can give you a quote. So if you're using a local contractor, you know what to look for in the quote. Just going to read what people are actually saying on there. GM Landscapes and morning all. Grant from GM Landscapes and Design, based in Thornbury, Bristol. Grant, you're going to call me in this morning. You haven't called. I've given you the number. I haven't heard nothing of you. Cameron Burke, good morning. Both your humanity shines through, John. Do you know, Cameron, I was actually thinking of you this morning. I was actually thinking of how you're doing, and what a nice guy you are. I will in 5, mate. Just waiting, sorting, washing. Get on it, son. We've got Grant from GN Landscapes going to be calling us this morning. And I like Grant. He's a great guy, and he's got a lot to say. 27 live viewers, only 10 likes. Only 10 likes. Get on it now this morning. We're talking about all sorts of things. Let's see if we can get up to 26 likes. The YouTube algorithms like it. Justin says, wise words and the same concept as the way we work. We have a long list of bookings, so makes sense there, John. Justin, that's the reason. You've said it now. There's your answer. In your answer now, I'm going to read out what it says there. Wise words, the same concept, the way we work. We have a long list of bookings, so you make sense there, John. Yeah, I totally agree. That's what you need to get a new van. Just what we don't want to. When I look back over the years, when I was trading, I struggled massively. I remember I spoke about it before. I had a little Morris Ital van. It had another landscaper's name on it. It's all I could afford. It was a Morris Ital van, cost me £440, and it was a 440 and actually cost me £440. That's what it was. A Morris Ital 440, and I'll never forget. Right, it only had a second and fourth, and it had a reverse, and I'd have to turn it off and put it into reverse, lift the bonnet, put it in reverse, and then start it up with the clutch on to reverse back. It was an absolute nightmare, but that's all I could afford at the time. Looking forward to a Friday at Styled. There we are, as if by magic. Mario has mentioned it. I'm looking forward to it as well. Justin, if you want to get on it, there is an event next Friday at Styled it's in Wroxham near Banbury. Get on there, and got to say a big shout out for this morning for Sagren. I'm not going to go into it, but Sagren at Styled, he's one of the owners there. Cracking guy, lovely guy, and he's had a little problem, and he's lost somebody. But our thoughts go out for you. Big shout out to Sagren this morning. Have a safe journey, bud, and we are thinking of you. Jem, get a motorbike, Ivor Williams sidecar, cheaper than a van. Love it. Absolutely. Get a motorbike with an Ivor Williams. That's what we have to do sometimes. We have to streamline our business. Young Bailey, when he started out, I think it was young Bailey, he used to pull his tools around on the back of a trailer. Young lad starting out in the landscaping industry. Got to take it off, take your hat off to it. Yes, the style event, we've got to mention it again, is next Friday. It's in Wroxham. Get to their website. Let me just see if I can get their website up. So if somebody wants to go, let's see if we can just share the website address for you guys so that you can get on there and book your ticket, because when they're all gone, there's none left. When there's none left, they're all gone, if that makes any sense at all. Copy that. Let's get back on there. Let me just see if I can get that on there now. I've lost let me just see if I can get on there now. Bear with me a second. I'm just going to see if I can just share that. I'm going to see if I can share that on there now. Got to catch up with the live stream there. There it is. There we are. I've shared it now. I hope you can actually see the event is up there. Let me just see if I can get it on there now. And there we are. We're going to stay with this. 27 live viewers. We've got 18 likes. Absolutely fantastic. Good to see Cameron Burke on here this morning. Cameron, I was really thinking of you the other day. Look, listen, if you are a local to me and you need a little help, I can give you spare a few hours a week, more than prepared to help you in your garden. And if there's anybody struggling out there that would like a hot meal, I'm more than happy to bring you a hot meal around, cooked by moi, s'il vous plaît, myself. There we are, 18 likes. Let's get it up there this morning. Grant, where are you? We need you on here. The styled event is up there. Sorry to change the subject a bit, JB. Where did you get your office sign done, as I want one for my office? Do you know, Paul, Alison had that made. We've got another one over there, and I will tell you, drop me a message, and I want to try and say who they were. They were a bit of a pain at one point, and then they've been okay since. Alison's had to deal with it, but you will know who it is. Nicholas McCartney says, looking forward to the style event. Paul, we will let you know. I can't remember who it is. Sick of Life says, quality of materials can affect the price. Yeah, absolutely. We've talked about this on a number of occasions. Somebody said this morning that the sandstone paving is coming down in price. And the other week, I told you that I was told it by Wayne at Hughes Forest in Cardiff that the timber prices are coming down. I know the timber prices are coming down across the world now at the moment, because in America, they're not building so much, so the prices, they're trying to balance things up a little bit. Richard Dowd says, the guy that is going to be doing my landscaping, where he will leave his tools in the customer's garage, shed, etc., then cycle to and from the day to keep his costs down and work on fitness. That's a good point. That's a great point. No problem, Paul. Just drop me a message, mate, and I'll find out off Alison who that actually was. I can't remember who it was at the moment. 21 likes. Let's see if we can get up to 26. Come on, give it a like. Even if you don't like me, give it a like for the other guys that are prepared to come on here at the moment. Hey, guys, I wonder how many people are actually watching this live stream this morning that are one of those haters, those keyboard warriors that actually are on here this morning. A little while ago, I talked about 27 now. 27. Let's see if we can get up to 27 likes. I talk so fast, don't I? I really talk so fast. Whereas Grant, come on, Grant, where are you? Not that I need you at the moment, but let's get on here. Morning, John, to stand there from Mid Wales. Good to see you, Mario Rizzi. No problem, Paul. My pleasure. Hey, guys, a little while ago, I did a post on social media, and I said landscapers are going bust across the country. And they are going bust. Only this week, I heard on YouTube for someone else that somebody else who's a YouTuber apparently did a little bit on there and is actually gone bust. They've gone bankrupt. That's what I've been told. It's not Chinese whispers. That's what I was told. Exactly. Sick of Life says, the way the cheap Lawson sleepers were poor quality. By the way, the cheap Lawson sleepers. Well, maybe, Steve, should we actually get them on here at some point to answer that question about the product? I personally will be looking soon for some oak sleepers. So if there's anybody out there that would like to direct me to a company that has oak sleepers, not loke sleepers, oak sleepers, let me know. I want to know off you where I can get some oak sleepers from. Moment. And a call coming in. Father-in-law here will catch up later. No problem, Richard Dower. Say hello to your father-in-law for me. I'm still waiting for Grant to actually call in this morning. If you want to call in this morning, it'd be good to hear from you. It's 07795 664 Mario says, I've had a problem with Lawson's sleepers. Yeah, we want to know a little bit more about that. He's had some problems with Lawson's. Let's see if we can get onto them and sort that out. Sick Advice says, Lawson's sleepers, well, pork, 2 people. There we are, saying, I think, Steve, you're over by Mario over in Bedford Way, aren't you, Mario? That direction. Poor sleepers. I need some oak sleepers. I want to know if you guys... Look, let's not lose what the site of this live stream was about this morning. The live stream was about is the economy drunk on debt, and I think it is. What can we do? What can we do to improve it? And I think there's nothing wrong with having some debt if the debt is serviceable. It's absolutely fine. Wherever that money comes from in your business, however you support your business is absolutely fine, but what we can actually do in business, sometimes we don't necessarily need to buy the things that we need to buy, but we do need a van. We need a reliable van, a good serviceable van, a van that's going to look good, it's going to look smart, it's going to bring the work in, because they do bring work in. As somebody said this morning, vans are your biggest asset. They are your biggest asset. They're going to reduce your advertising costs if you are paying for any advertising costs. I'd be shocked, but I know that people actually do still pay for advertising on their van. And as if by magic, here we go. Good morning.
Morning.
Oh, good morning, Grant. How are you?
All right. Sorry about that. I was just having a discussion with my wife.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and turn you down a little bit. If I lose you, just call back. Hold on a sec. Can you give me a check now? Audio check?
Yeah.
Can I hear you?
Yeah.
There we are. If you can hear Grant now, just let me know if you can hear him okay. If you want the volume up a little bit, just let me know. Grant, just let you know where we are at this moment. It's a fantastic live stream this morning. We've got 24 people watching at the moment. We've got copious amounts of comments on here this morning, and one of the latest one now is Simon Stockwell says, hi Johnny boy, I've seen you some pictures, of paving, pointing last week. I've not heard anything from you, just wondered if I will have a look at that, Simon. Anyway, Grant, without any further ado, can you introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
So my name's Grant, obviously. I'm from Thornbury in Bristol, just over the bridge from John. I run a small landscape business that I started 5 years ago now.
5 years.
Started it from a £250 loan from my parents with a lawnmower, and now our average take home is about £10,000 a month.
Is it really?
And it's just me on my own. So obviously I've just had the last 3 months off work because I've had my knee replaced. So, but yes, it's doing well. I'm
going to go back to that in a minute, Grant. And I am going to interrupt at some point because I just want to let you know what's going on. Lee from Liverpool, he says, "Hey Grant, hope the leg's getting better." You've had a bad leg, haven't you?
I have had a bad leg, yes.
And what did you have done, Grant? Can you tell us a little bit about it?
I had an accident at my other employer, and I destroyed the insides of my knee last year. Which put me off work for my other job, but I did continue on landscaping all year.
Yeah, it was.
And then in June, I went and had it replaced.
Yeah,
and all seems to be going well. I'm going to be going back to work on Tuesday.
On Tuesday. Listen, Grant, you were commenting on here, and you're GM landscaping in Thornbury, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we've got anybody over in Thornbury, actually a consumer watching this morning, if you want some good advice or if you're looking for a quote, just go to GM Landscaping. What's your telephone number, Grant, or your web address?
My mobile number is 07 944 682292. Our site is currently under construction. It should be going live in the next 2 weeks.
Good. Grant, look. Let's just cover a few things. We met up recently, this year. You popped over to see us, and your wife is starting a business as well, isn't she? So you guys are quite entrepreneurial by the sound of it.
Yeah, so my wife's a carer for a local care home, but obviously she's been treated pretty poorly, I'd say, within the industry over the last 2 years. And she's needed something new to do. So she started a new sweet shop business. I funded it to get it going for her.
Right. And how's that going, Grant?
At the moment, it's slow. So we noticed that sector in work is dropping off. The industry that she's got open, which is in the sweets confectionery industry, is starting to slow down. So we're not sure if it's going to be viable to maintain it or continue with it.
Keep going with
it. A little while longer.
Just keep going with it, Grant. Just keep going with it. That's my advice there.
And then we'll review it again in after the Christmas spike, so to speak.
My advice.
At the moment,
yeah.
It is what it is.
Well, my advice is to keep going. You've got a good morning, Grant. Nicholas McCartney says, Mario Ritchie said, we started with a Harrier lawn it, and used a regular mower 15 years ago. Still got it. Justin from Brickwright says, Henry, I have to say big thank you for my latest order. Fantastic blades. Have you used Henry from Elite Stone?
Oh yes. I got a toolbox of toys in my truck.
Yeah.
Henry, Elite Stone Tooling is.
Yeah, he's a cracking guy. He's got some of those new files on there now at the moment. Grant, look, we've introduced you. We've had a little bit of a chat. That last week we had Charlie Hutton on here. He told a very inspirational story and very, it was a bit of a sobering moment, wasn't it?
It was. I was quite shocked to do it publicly like that. It was inspirational.
Takes some doing, doesn't it, Grant? Takes some doing.
Recently, 3 years ago, I went for a similar experience.
Right.
I had to have therapy up in the back of it. So hearing another man speaking about his troubles and trials, it's inspirational because men don't talk.
No, they don't, do they?
We're looked upon as if we should just get on with it, bury our head in the sand and be tough, but you don't have to be. It's
not easy being a man, is it, Grant? It's not easy being a man, is it?
No, it's not.
No.
I've just overcome my operation, and my other employer, it is the world that it is. It is with a man with tough. You just get on with it. There's no.
Did you have
to kind of put their arm around you? Yeah, I'll be all right, mate. Just keep going. It's just get on with it.
Yeah. Did you actually have moments of doubt and depression when you weren't mobile, when your leg was up?
Yeah. So probably 4 weeks into my recovery, I'm still on crutches. I just got out of the wheelchair, but I'm still on crutches. But the knee, it didn't feel very good. And then I was panicking because of the news with recessions and businesses failing and price cuts of everything. And am I going to lose my business? Am I going to get back to landscaping?
Yeah.
So kind of panic set in, started drinking.
Really?
Just to kind of forget about it for a bit. Didn't help, made it worse.
What do we do, Grant? What do we do to get to you? You were led there, your legs up, and you're thinking, I can't get to work, and your freedom's been taken off you, right? Your freedom's been taken off you. And what do you do, Grant? What do you do in that situation? Your wife's working,
Honestly, I got my work. I've got those little load of workbooks I've got, so that I do for a certain post, a different one. So I wrote in one of my books, I set a list of goals for myself to get back to.
Yeah.
I had a wedding coming up, which was more than my wife's. And I had a goal. And my goal was that I would be walking to my wedding.
Congratulations.
With my kids. And it was just little things, silly little things. And every time I reached those goals, it was like a pat on the back because I did it. And I was being pushed by my family, my daughter, my partner, my mum and dad. Everyone was pushing me. But nobody's kind of said, enough's enough, you've got to stack it up. They just just take your time and it will come.
Yeah.
And it has.
And how do you feel now, Grant? What's the state of play physically and mentally? How do you feel, and what's going to happen going forward?
Yeah, I feel good now. So I put feelers out on my Facebook business page, letting customers know that I was coming back to work.
Yeah.
And that I was around for quoting. And in 10 days, we've booked out now to the next November. So yeah, and I've got some jobs on that I never even thought I would get.
Yeah, Grant, let's take something positive from this. Like, so going forward, you are booked. You're booking in now, aren't you, for next year already?
We're fully booked now, so we're not booking anymore. It's just a waiting list.
A waiting list. Oh, right, okay, a waiting list. And does that make you feel better knowing that you've got that work ahead of you?
Yeah, so it's more security for the kids, so that we can pay to keep them through school. Obviously, the roof over our heads.
Yeah.
And just the stability there, because obviously we did take out a really big bank loan to fund my time off.
Really? Okay. To help out, was it?
Now we know that the securities are going back for the next year and a half, and it will be paid off. So we have, the world is not in the best position.
No. Grant, how can you, like, how do you see things moving forward? How do you see the economy and what we're doing, and how's it going to turn out, Grant? Tell me, how is it going to turn out for all of us in the next, just prediction for the next 12 months?
I think it's going to be hard for low-income families. I think that contractors are going to see less low-income families for a while. I think the higher clientele, so to speak, will still be having plenty of work done. So like myself, I've kind of changed how I cope my jobs. So it's now just a matter of factoring cost of living, a little bit of excess money there for the end of the day. As long as we can survive this wave of ups and downs for the next probably 24 months, we'll be fine. I think everyone will be okay as long as you plan, keep an open mind, and talk and ask for help if you need it.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a family of landscapers that can actually help as well, and we also remember, Grant, that the consumer do tune into this channel as well. Let me just read some of the comments. Lee said, "How's the married life?" And he said, "Do you take booking fees?" We got press on transfers from down in Wales. He says, "Hi John, Gaz here. My other business, Gas Works, labour and services practically came to a halt as people here in Pembrokeshire simply can't afford the work they want done. Sad times." Listen, Gaz, I'm here to talk to you. If you want to talk to me about that, to try and, if there's anything I can say to help, you can give me a call after this live stream on 07795 595 994. Mario Ritchie says, "Customers will wait for quality, Grant." And then Justin from Brickwright says, "Been there, I had 4 months off illness, completely shut the business, so I understand, Grant. Just got to get on with it. Good luck, mate." He wishes you all the best. That's Justin from Brickwright there down near Cardiff. Grant, I really appreciate you coming on this morning. It won't be the last time for you, and if there's any help, you know that I've got that mini digger. If you need anything dug out, Grant, and I'm not on here to say, if you want to pay for some expenses just to come over, but I'm always here to help at any point, even if it means late in the evening coming over and starting the next day for you. I'm more than happy to, and that's what we got to do as a community of landscapers, Grant. We got to help each other to help the consumer, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got to support each other.
Yeah.
Massively. I think if everybody supports each other in a little way, everyone will be fine. It's when people soldier on alone and think they're alone, and that's when it starts to go a bit wrong. Grant,
I remember, I think this time last year, I actually offered my services to some of the locals if they needed something. And I took some topsoil over to a lady. She was a very, very nice lady. Took some topsoil over to her. And what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be pledging myself for a couple of hours this week to do some free work. Is this something that you would consider to sort of help the community in your local? Would you say, oh, look, I'll give 2 hours, whatever it is, once a week? Would you do that?
So I already do it. So
yeah,
we help the elderly. So where we live, there's a few elderly people.
Oh, that's fantastic, Grant.
And their relatives are no longer here. I used to work with their relatives.
Right.
It's like a community within a community, so we kind of just give some time to them, help them out there in a bad way. They need anything. I go and look at tree pruning and bits and bobs just to help with their garden.
And you've been doing that for some time, have you? You've been doing that for some time now, have you?
Yeah, a couple of years since COVID.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's very humbling sort of thing to do. I'm just. It's good that you're actually already doing that, Grant. And do you actually promote that, or just people know that's what you do locally?
No, we don't promote it. So basically, obviously, I was still a firefighter of sorts. So they're like retirees that have passed on and their wives. So it's like a little inner circle in the community. So people know and they'll go, that person will pop over and do that for you. And we just pop out and quickly give them a couple of hours.
Well, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, Grant.
In a biscuit.
That's all we want. Listen, I'm going to be pledging myself this week now. If anybody on here now is watching this live stream, happen to watch it later, if you want me to do some work for you for a couple of hours free, I'm more than willing to do it. It's about giving back now and again, Grant, isn't it? What's the plans?
No, I travelled up to Nick. Yeah. So it was a last minute thing, and I knew it was going on, and my wife let me out of the house after my knees, and I was like, "Damn!" So I come over to help out for a couple of hours. I'm
glad that you mentioned that, Grant, because you reminded of it a little while ago. We had a community of landscapers that turned up, and let me just name some of them. Grant here now, Connor Ely, Jamie Warren, Andy Edwards, Steve Rist, Dan Cooley, and Paul Williams, a few to mention. And we had a little support from Styled and Ruby, of course. What a great day, Grant, wasn't it?
It was actually. It was nice to get out. It was nice to help somebody that is in a worse position than most of us.
Yeah.
And just give back and just have a bit of banter.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a great day down there, and it was good seeing you. Grant from GN Landscapes there in Thornbury, thank you very much for joining. But now it's time to go, so get off.
Have a good day. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, speak to you soon, Grant. Cheers, buddy.
Thanks all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Well, there you are. That was Grant from GM Landscapes there in Thornbury. Great guy, always positive, always upbeat, and he's a decent human being and already giving back to his local community by going out there, doing a bit of tree pruning and cutting the grass. If you're struggling, if you need any advice, just drop me a line, info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk. Gaz from Press on Transfers, I need to speak to you. Let me help you, mate, if I can. And who else was it? There was, I can't even, let me see if I can go back now. It was, was it Steve that said I hadn't responded to some pictures on something? I don't know what I've done there. I don't know whether the comment's gone now or not. I don't know. But if somebody said that I haven't looked at some pictures, I do apologise. Just let me know. Just let me know what the message was. I can't remember now. See, my head's gone. I think I got dementia actually setting in. I'm not joking either. I think I'm going to head in that direction one day. It'll be good then because I can forget all about the problems. Mario says, anyone going to Gardener's World Fair at Cambridge this weekend? No, I didn't even know that was even on, Mario. That's interesting. Grant says, we can all get through it, Justin. Just ride the waves of life. Steve from Sickle Eye says, I'll be a few 100 quid if you've got it, JB. I'll have a few 100 quid. You can have it. You can't have it because I've got none myself at the moment. It was no problem, Nicholas. Anytime, mate. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing well. It's been absolutely fantastic this morning, this live stream. We've had 28 likes on here this morning, and we were up to 27 live viewers. It's amazing how many people actually come in on this. When I look at the insights, the algorithms, the analytics of this live stream after, we have 350, 400 people will drop in and drop out. The average duration time for a YouTube video, which is regarded as being good, is 6.5 minutes. And we're already on this channel on average about 18 minutes. 18 minutes, absolutely fantastic. And that runs into hours of people watching this channel. If it helps somebody, if you tune in at some point and part of this content actually helps you to move forward, well, that's got to be a good thing. 28 likes on here this morning. Andy Isaacs is on here. Good morning, bud. How's it going? Take care. Great life. Thank you very much for that, Lee. Thank you, Lee, mate. Married life sucks. Aha. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, you're only saying that because you can't see it. Well, that's it. Look, I'm not going to go on any further because that bacon sandwich is waiting for me now. And I need to get on with it. If you need any advice or if you need any help, if you need any support, if I haven't contacted you any and responded to any of your emails, just drop me another email. Things get lost at some point because we're all busy, we're all running around, and I'm here to help. I told you time and time again, I'm here to help and I will respond. If you want to give me a ring, my number is 077 95 595 994. 07795 595 994. I'm going to put it on there now. So if you want to give me a ring after this live stream, 077 95 595 994. Or you can drop me an email, info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk. There's my number if you need some advice. And Gaz, if you want to give me a ring, I'm here to help if I can. If you want a quick chat, I'm more than happy to talk to you. But the bacon will be cooking in the background. Right, that's it. Have a great weekend. Justin, thanks very much for joining this morning. Buy the van, mate. Just buy the van. It'd be interesting to know what you get. Listen, Justin, I owe you a breakfast, you and the boys, or a cup of coffee at least. It'd be good to touch down sometime. I'm actually working in Cardiff. Let me know where you're working and I'll pop round and see you. It'd be good to see you, bud. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. Be safe. And don't forget, don't be alone. And please don't think of the title to this video this morning as being clickbait, because it's not about clickbait. It's what I wanted to discuss with you. Share this video as well. If you can share this video out there, it'd be good to do. He's off the phone. Oh, there we are. I'm still here. If you can share this video, it may help somebody. So be safe, take care, have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. All the best.